Hello! In this watercolour tip video, I'm going to show you how to create a really 3D centre to a cosmos flower using only 3 different midtones. Tone, meaning how light or dark something is absolutely key to achieving 3D effects. Here, I've worked from a reference photo I've taken so that I can see all the details I need to capture. And I begin with a detailed drawing where I've picked out quite a lot of the details there in that flower centre, which is going to make it a lot easier for me when I begin painting. With my method, I begin by painting the lightest tones, in this case, the yellow area in the centre. Then I paint the very darkest tones, in this case that's the dark patches around the centre. With the lightest and darkest tones in place, I can much better judge the midtones, and it's applying these which is where the flower centre really does start to look 3D. So I mix up a darker mid-tone mix, which is still a lot lighter in tone, so a lot more watery than that very dark mixture I was using for my dark patches around the yellow centre. So with this dark mid-tone mixture, I have made sure that the yellow underneath is completely dry, that's part of the technique, and I'm just applying it using my tiny brush to any areas that should be this tone or darker. Next I use a lighter mid-tone wash, this time more yellow in colour, and I again apply this to areas that are this tone or darker, being careful not to apply it into areas that should be lighter. Because tone is relative, it means that now I've darkened up some of those yellow centre areas, I can better judge what areas need to be taken even darker. So I've now mixed up another mid-tone wash, which is the same tone as that first mid-tone wash, but it's a slightly different hue, so slightly different colour, a little bit more grey. And here I'm just going in and picking out all of the areas that need to be that tone or darker, using the tip of my brush to create detail. So that's had the effect of darkening various parts of this flower up, and it means that because again tone is relative, I can now see that the very darkest tones within that centre need to be taken darker still. So I mix up a darker mid-tone mix, the darkest one, which is now just a little bit lighter than the very dark mixture that I was using around the flower centre. And here I am just adding in a few extra details, hairy details that I can see. And now just going back to the darkest tones within the centre, which is around the centre, and just darkening up those where they need to be darkened more. And there you have it, a really 3D looking flower centre created using just 3 different tones. There's a full real-time step-by-step tutorial of this whole cosmos flower available in my online school. If you've enjoyed this tip video, please visit watercolorswithwow.com. for information on the materials I recommend, more tip videos, my advice blog, and lots more. Thanks for watching.